Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at an example of multiplying radical expressions and an example of dividing radical expressions. Now these examples are going to have a few steps. I'm going to walk us through them, make sure that we see some of the complexities that can exist. So we have a multiplication one and a division. We'll start with multiplication. Now the first thing I see is I see parentheses, so I'm going to distribute. So 4 square root of 2 times 2 root 6, and 4 square root of 2 times negative 3 root 2. So I can use my rules of multiplication. 4 times 2 is 8, square root of 2 times square root of 6. Do the same thing for the second term. And then I have a multiplied expression, but now I got to make sure I simplify all the terms and then combine some if need be. So square root of 12, break it down, and we get 2 root 3. Now we can multiply 8 and 2 and get 16. And we're going to simplify this right side as well. So we get 16 root 3 minus 12 root 4. Root 4, square root of 4, we know is 2. And then we can do 12 times 2. Okay, we can't simplify this first expression anymore. So the first term stays. So 16 root 3 minus 24. Okay, I got rid of all the square roots I could. I don't have multiplication anymore besides this term, and this term doesn't simplify anymore. Now the second one, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to have to distribute, but I got to remember, multiply by the square root that's in the denominator so we can rationalize it. No square roots in our denominator allowed. So multiply by root 2 down here in the denominator and multiply to both terms up here. Be careful, make sure you distribute it to both terms. And we wind up with 2 root 2 because one is outside the square root and one's inside, so we can't multiply them together. And then we have square root of 12. In the denominator, we have 4 times square root of 2 times square root of 2, so 4 square root of 4. Next, we're going to simplify. So we're going to simplify square root of 12 and get 2 square root of 3. We can simplify the square root in the denominator and get 4 times 2. We can do a multiplication step in the denominator. And we have this fraction that's almost simplified. But I see 2/8 and another 2/8 here. So I can simplify both of these fractions and get 1/4 in both cases. So I can get 1 square root of 2 over 4 and 1 square root of 3 over 4. And now that's my final answer. If you really would like to, you can split it into two fractions where we have square root of 2 over 4 plus square root of 3 over 4. But this way, this method that I have is also a valid answer. To make sure you simplify all your square roots, you multiply the appropriate parts together. We know our perfect squares, so square root of 4 becomes a 2, and we always combine like terms and keep simplifying until nothing else can be done. And that's how we multiply and divide radical expressions.